The 2025 Pro Motocross Championship couldn't have started any better for the Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha rider and defending 250 class champion Haiden Deegan. Up until this past race in Thunder Valley, he was undefeated. Deegan's goal this year was to remain undefeated for as long as possible, possibly even going 22-0 this season, similar to Jet Lawrence back a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, due to an engine failure in the first moto in Colorado, his winning streak came to an early end. The question is, what caused the engine failure? Was it Deegan's fault for overriding the bike, or was it on the mechanic and or team? Now, before we get into today's video, head to the mxnetwork.store and check out our magazine. We currently have all of our past issues and 2025 issues available. Issue number 17 is currently in production as we speak, and then 18, 19, and 20 are in the editing process. They should be available for pre-order soon. So if you want to support our work, head to our website, help keep the Moto magazine industry alive while supporting us. Head to the mxnetwork.store and snag a copy. Huge thanks to all of you who have already bought a copy. The support means the world to us. Here's an example of a few we have on hand. Issue number 16, Ken Roxon. Issue number 15, Malcolm Stewart. And relevant to today's video, Haiden Deegan, War Mode back in Supercross. So, again, head to the mxnetwork.store and check out our magazines. So, in Moto 1 of the 2025 Thunder Valley National, Haiden Deegan was battling for the win with Honda HRC Progressive's Chance Hymas. Late in the race, we began to see smoke coming from Deegan's bike, a visible loss of power, and shortly thereafter, Deegan's mechanic Brent Duffe put on the pit board, saved the clutch. Luckily, the bike didn't die on him. He limped to a solid second-place finish, but Deegan was still visibly distraught after the race, as his goal was to keep the winning streak alive. Before we get into both sides of the incident to narrow down what actually happened and who was at fault, I wanted to add that that race was a sign of maturity and growth for Deegan. We all know that he wants to win no matter what it takes. For him to recognize the situation at hand, back off, and let the potential win go in order to save the bike and preserve points is an incredible sign of newfound maturity. Now, rumor has it there was a bit of a scuffle in the Star Yamaha pits after the race between the Deegans and the team owner Bobby Reagan. I can't confirm this as I wasn't there this year, but we do know for a fact that Deegan left the track almost immediately after the press conference to catch a flight. Whether or not he actually had to catch a flight, I don't know. Now, originally, the blame was placed on Deegan for overriding the bike. They thought he abused the clutch to the point where the bike was going to blow. This was later backpedaled by the team, saying it wasn't Hayden's fault or necessarily the mechanic Brent Duffe's fault. They clarified, saying that it was the engine in particular. They have a special package for each rider, and something was wrong with that. So, nothing to do with the rider or mechanic necessarily. Before we get into Brent Duffe's explanation of what happened behind the scenes, let's look at Haiden Deegan's perspective first. Here's what he said in the press conference.
And Haiden, great performance today as well, despite some bike issues that you had. Can you walk us through what happened and how it affected your racing strategy, especially with you still fighting for the win in both motos?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They said, like, at first, they're like, it's on you, and then they're like, it's not on you. So I don't know what happened. I just lost all my power. Is what it is. And then second moto ended up tipping it over, but whatever, 2-2 on the day, so not bad, and we doubled the points.
Well, congratulations.
As you can see, he didn't get too descriptive as to what happened, but the team did end up taking the blame for it after the press conference. Deegan did another post-race interview where he explains it a little better and shows more emotion. I couldn't find who did this interview, as it was just a clip floating around online. So if you guys know, please put the credits in the comments down below.
I ended up saying that it wasn't my fault, so that's actually good to know. So I was riding hard, but I wasn't riding harder than I ever do, so felt it losing power, and I was like, honestly, lost all the power and rode it in. I was like barely getting over the jumps. It was sputtering and stuff, so I'm just grateful it didn't let go or anything, and we were able to salvage a second. Yeah, it just hurts because I wanted to keep the streak going, and it ended up being something out of my control, but it just, dude, I'm born to win, you know. When you lose, it sucks, and I haven't really felt that emotion in a long time because I feel like I really wanted to win that, and it's all right.
So yeah, he's visibly emotional in that interview. It clearly hurt for him to lose the winning streak from something that's out of his control. Either way, he held it together and minimized the damage, extending his championship points lead, so that's a positive takeaway. Let's now look at his mechanic Brent Duffe's side of the story. We now know it wasn't Haiden Deegan's fault, it was the team's, so what exactly happened? Here's a clip from a Swap Moto Live post-race interview with Brent Duffe.
But yeah, so I know that the comments are going to be, oh, Danger Boy doesn't win, no interview, you know, but like, so he did have a flight, right? Yeah. So I thought I would come straight to the horse and find out what went wrong with the horse.
The engine. I mean, it ran all the way to the end. It ran low on power, and in a very veteran move, he realized I have 50 seconds to third place. Yeah. I could push for this win and try to get 3 points, because he did. Like 5 laps ago, every race, that's when Haiden drops the hammer. Yeah. And he kind of just rode with chance for a while, and then the lap times started dropping, but then almost instantly we're like, oh, I see some smoke coming out of the bike. So he felt it and realized, like, I can settle for second. It's a lot better than getting 0 points. Yeah. So in his mind, he was okay with getting 5th or 6th. He just wanted to get through to that finish line and just get points on that moto. And Haiden in years past would just be like, my bike's making a noise, but I'm going to go for the win still. So it's really cool to see him like back down and to show some maturity there. Yeah, I saw they talked on the broadcast, you know, you held out on your board like, you know, safe clutch or something. Yeah, well, we thought he was getting the engine real hot with banging the clutch like he does, but he doesn't wear the clutch out. So in my mind, I'm like, I don't think the clutch is getting hot. So, you know, everyone kind of runs a special package up here, and maybe we just missed the mark a little bit. I don't know what happened yet, but we'll know soon. But anyways, we just put a freshie in for the second moto. We did fly in extra people from the team to come help us, and good thing we did, because we had to wash the bike, swap the engine, get it ready for the next moto, and make some adjustments to try to prevent whatever happened from happening again. So you did diagnose it? Yeah. We tore it down, but I haven't even asked what happened.
So yeah, as per usual with teams and mechanics, a very vague answer. But Duffe made it clear it wasn't Deegan's fault. And by the way he broke it down, it sounds like it was just the engine package in general, so not necessarily Duffe's fault either. Quite honestly, I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often with all the tricks and whistles these factory teams have on their machines, especially Star Racing Yamaha, and especially with the fact that each rider has their own unique package and modifications. So in the end, it seems like it was just a small mistake made in the shop, not Hayden's or Brent's fault. I know Duffe said that they would find out exactly what happened with the engine this week in the shop, but I doubt we will hear anything more on it. So with the information we have, I'm just going to conclude it was an uncommon one-off mistake from Star Racing Yamaha. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. What are your thoughts on this situation? Do you think Haiden Deegan was to blame for overriding the bike, maybe abusing the clutch, causing that? Maybe Duffe made a mistake but didn't want to admit to it in the post-race interview. I doubt it. Or it could have been exactly what he said, a small mistake when they put the engine package together in the shop. So let us know your thoughts on the situation in the comments down below. Don't forget, if you want to support our work, head to the mxnetwork.store and snag a copy of our magazine. Like I said, the latest issue, number 17, which is available for pre-order, is in production. 18, 19, and 20 will be coming soon, along with a new magazine subscription. A lot of you guys have been asking for a monthly subscription, so we'll be adding that soon. Keep your eyes peeled for that on the website. Links in the description. Again, check it out. War Mode Haiden Deegan is our latest Deegan issue. Anyway, thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one.